We're talking about debt that's paid by a tenant.
Yeah.
You know, debt that's paid off by somebody else.
I signed up for a little real estate course. I've told this story before. I get tired of listening to myself. It was $385. It was 3 days. That was the start. So I signed up, signed my name, sat down on the course. 3 days later, at the end of the course, he was a great instructor because he was a real estate investor. He didn't need the money. And that's when you know the guy is real, because you could tell he didn't need the money. He liked teaching. He liked inspiring people. So it's just like my rich dad. He says, you don't need the money. So then the next thing he said at the end of the program, he says, when you leave this program, it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he says, your education begins now. What you do at the end, as Kenny says, you get through the process of the 3 days and you start again. That's the process. So he says, at the end, when you end Monday morning, your job is to look at 100 properties. 100 properties in 90 days. Take everything I've taught you and look at 100 properties. That was the start. So naturally, 30 guys and 30 guys, 35 guys in the class, they all say, okay, yeah, we'll all do it. We all break into little teams. And as you know, by Tuesday, they all quit because they're too busy. You know, they got to the school, they didn't start here again. But there's 3 or 4 other guys, and we stayed through it, and we went to real estate agents, went through the little files. It was really antiquated ways of MLS, multiple listing services. We were looking for little dinky deals, small deals, because that's all we could afford. We didn't have any money. So we kept looking, you know, I'll go knocking on doors at real estate agents, and, you know, realtors, they're not the best investors, are they?
No. They're all focused on commissions, normally.
And I go knocking on the doors, and the first thing they say to me, you can't do that here. This is Hawaii. You can do that in mainland, in California, Nebraska, but you can't do it here in Hawaii. And that's the first thing one of the first things my advisor said is that's what losers will tell you. You can't do that here. Look, somebody is doing it here. May not be the real estate agent, but it might be you. So I knocked on the doors. We'd find these deals. We had to go look at them, and we had to write down. You know, it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 65. Back then it was $65,000, was a lot of money in Hawaii. Now they're $4 million. And so at the end of 90 days, we had 100 of these. And it was day and night. We just kept going until we got it done. And that was the process.
That's right.
At the end of the process, I'd gone through 100 deals, and it was like, wow. I learned more going through the process, talking to real estate agents, knocking on doors, looking at different properties, and finally I was desperate. This guy says, well, I got what you're looking for on the island of Maui. Now, most people think Maui is too expensive. How can that be? How can Maui be affordable? But that's your block. So I flew over to Maui. I found this little 1-bedroom, 1-bath, a condo right in Ka'anapali, the richest place on earth. Little 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo for $18,000. I went, holy mackerel. But the deal was I could not use any of my money. That was, the advisor said, I'm going to teach you so you'll never need to use your money again. If you can raise capital, you'll always be a rich man. So I said, okay. So I go to this little $18,000 unit, little dinky thing. $18,000. I said, what's the price on it? He says, I mean, how much do I put down? He says, $2,000 or $1,800. 10% down. It was a foreclosure. I broke up my credit card and I bought it. So I had no money in the deal, and I made $25 a month. No money in the deal, $25 a month. And my brain went, it shook. I went, oh my God. I'll never need money again. I can never say I can't afford it. And I can never say I can't do that. I went, oh my God. And that's how I got started. So Kenny took off after that, and we still make millions of dollars. When the market crashed, we made even more. But the process is the same, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely the same.
The most important thing is how we think. And I'll give you one more thing where it takes absolutely no money, or it does take some money, but it does thinking. About 15 years ago, I wanted to have a little ranch. And Kim says, why? Ranches don't cash flow, right? It's
That's
land.
right, yeah.
So I said to Kim, well, if I can get a ranch for free, would you be happy? And she says, show me. You know, I mean,
yeah.
The point here is this: it's only up here. You know, so I went wandering around all over the Southwest and Tombstone and Bisbee, Arizona, and all this. I'm looking for a property I can get for free. That was a challenge. She said, you can have as much land as you like as long as it's free, because it doesn't cash flow. It was 80 acres in Bisbee, Arizona. So I walked up to it. I was looking at the property. I knew it because it was a beautiful property. It was tall mountains, oak trees all over it, a little stream running through it and all this. And the problem was it was $115,000. There's no property, there's nothing, no improvement, no building on it, except for there was a little road running through it like this, and there was a little building here. And this was a stagecoach depot at one time with Wyatt Earp and all those guys to go past. This is Tombstone, Arizona over here. This is Bisbee, Arizona here. So I'm staying on this property, and I said to the realtor, doesn't know what he was, so how long has this property been for sale? He says, 10 years. I said, what's wrong with it? You know, this question, he says, I don't know. And I looked around, I said, that's what's wrong with it. The sign was down. Nobody could see that. They drive by it all day long. They could never see the sign. So I said, are these guys, do they really want to sell? He says, yeah, they're desperate. And I said, well, where they live? He says, Florida. I went, all of this is good news. I'm going, okay, this is good news. I said, okay, make them an offer. And Kim's watched me and said, this is the offer. I'll pay you full price. Because by now they want the discount because they're not selling. I'll give you full price, but I have to have this property for free. And I will pay you in 1 year. I'll pay the whole thing in 1 year. So basically it's called, I took a note, right? So I got a note for $115,000. I take control of this property. This little building here, I put $25,000 into it, and this was the stream was running like this through it, and I built a little cabin right there. So this and this, we fixed the whole thing up, and then about 9 months later, it was finished. I put it up for sale, and we sold that. We sold 30 acres. This house, this stream, I had 50 acres left, and I sold this for $215,000. So at the end of the deal, I mean, it's only going on in my head. We get 50 acres, and I put after expenses, let's say about $80,000 in my pocket, and I had that land for free. So these guys are happy. I'm happy. Got my 50 acres. I never see it anymore. It's still beautiful. But that's how money is made from your head, just by understanding things.
It's all education, and this here happens every day somewhere, every single day. That could be a mobile home park. It could be a corner for a gas station on a commercial lot. It could be a piece for apartments. It could be a piece for single family. But this is how master plan developers make all their money. They buy a big piece of land and then they sell off parcels to the individual builders.